One of the best things about West Michigan is the abundance of water here and the terrific boating opportunities.
Absolutely, but to stay safe on our lakes and waterways, it's important to know how to navigate a boat.
I used to boat a lot, Before I decided I liked being the boat guest more than the owner.
Right.
I know sometimes women in particular are reluctant to learn how to pilot a boat. They often leave that to their hubbies or maybe other guys in their life, but there are some definite advantages to learning that skill.
So we're ready to head out on Lake Macatawa in Lake Michigan with Captain Sue of First Class Excursions. I'm going to join her at the helm here. Now, Captain Sue, we have all our safety equipment in place. What are the steps that you show a person when telling them how you're going to pilot this boat and get it out on the water?
Okay, first thing you're going to do is turn on your blowers so that if there's any gases in the engine compartment, it gets that out so you don't have any trouble with starting your motors. And then we're going to turn on the ship-to-shore radio and put it on channel 16 so you can hail the Coast Guard
if there's any problems.
Yep.
16.
I turn on my GPS so that I get my coordinates and they're handy if I need them. And then we just start the motors. And then we let the blowers run for about a minute and then start the motors and let them run for a minute or so and make sure that they're warmed up. And then we yell to Betsy, the first mate, she can start tossing lines.
Very nice. Okay, how do you know which lines are the ones that you need to undo first?
Good question. You really want to check which way the wind direction's coming. And like if I was explaining it to women on the boat, I'm going to say the lines that are the most taut are the ones you're going to leave on. Okay. So if the wind's coming from the back, you leave your stern lines on. If the wind's coming from the front, you leave your bow, from the port, your side lines. And you start throwing the lines that have slack in them. So, and then once the captain tells you he's ready to go, you can start throwing the other lines because then they can start maneuvering in the slip if they need to keep the boat straight.
Well, I voted for years, and I actually have to tell you, I think the most stressful part for me was always getting out of the slip or coming back in.
Yeah.
Is that the case for a lot of people?
Yeah. There's so many people that have trouble with that, and it's embarrassing. You got friends on the dock, and so we offer no embarrassment classes, and then we also have the Suddenly in Command classes. So
nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we'll get her fired up and throw some lines.
All right.
Okay. So now we're heading out, and if you see in the water there are the white pilings. Yeah. Those are the no-wake pilings, meaning you have to be at idle speed by the time the nose of your boat crosses that line. The channel markers here show us where the deepest water is. The rule is red, right, return. That means you keep the red cans on your right when you're returning home. Okay? So when you're heading out, it's reversed.
We are back on land now with Captain Sue and Betsy. Fantastic time out on the water today. Now your niche is really taking out women for piloting a boat.
Right.
Yeah, but you'll take out anybody pretty much.
You bet. Anybody who's upgrading to a larger boat or a first-time boater, you know, teenagers that want to be able to take out their parents' boat, that type of thing.
Or just any kind of good time, nice cruise,
charters,
parties.
for sure. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Birthdays, anniversaries. Yeah.
Yes, First Class Excursions here at the Yacht Basin Marina in Holland. Come and check it out.
Such a fun experience.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we've been talking so much this hour about anything can happen at any time. So you just have to be well equipped, and that comes with boats too, because you're dealing with a vessel that is very heavy and potentially it has its own dangers too. And we want to stress, we've been talking a lot about potential dangers. Swimming, boating, everything else is a lot of fun.
That's right.
Overall. And usually things don't happen.
Yeah, and it's part of why we enjoy this summer season so much here in West Michigan. And we had a boat for a couple of years, and I never got over my fear of boats, probably deep-seated from when I was a kid. And I would have been well served to sign up with somebody like Captain Sue or take a boating safety class that probably would have eased my fear somewhat. education empowers us. So the more we know, the safer we are, and the better and more confident we feel.
Yeah, you get your family or a bunch of girlfriends to go out and do it and make a really fun event of it. The U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary holds classes to help promote boating safety too. That's another wonderful resource. You can also contact Captain Sue if you'd like to have a private or group lesson. We'll put her information out there for you to have. Make it really easy for you.
That's right. And of course, we're going to continue with our Safe Water campaign all summer season long because our goal is to keep everybody safe while we enjoy the warm summer months. It's part of the beauty of West Michigan.
It is. It's part of the experience of why we love to be. So I don't think I could live anywhere that was not close to water.
Right.
Because it's such a big part, and I'm not alone here. I know a lot of you watching feel the same, but we just need to be careful.
That's right. So thank you very much for spending this important hour with us today.
Be West.